Hi everyone, I'm going to show you more than 20 formatting shortcuts to help you clean up your data and format it the way you want in an instant. As you can see, we've copied a whole bunch of data into our spreadsheet here, but it's formatted in many different ways. We've got the dates all over the place, the times all over the place, the numbers and salaries and currencies all over the place, and this one we want to be a percentage and it's not even close. So let's get to tidying this up with a few beautiful shortcuts. Let's start with the hire date. If we select that top cell, and if we actually press Ctrl Shift and down, it's going to select the entire column for us. Then if we want to turn that into just a general format, we can press Ctrl Shift and the tilde button, which is just that squiggly line next to your 1 usually. That'll give us the general format for these numbers. But we want them to show as dates and we want them to be all the same way. So we want to press Ctrl Shift and hashtag, and that's going to give us a beautiful date format automatically. But what about the time column? Look at this, we've got stuff all over the place. We've got just some decimals here. We've got some with 941. We've got 941 and some seconds. We've got some with AM and PM and some without AM and PM. What are we going to do here? Well, let's select that top cell again and press Ctrl Shift down to select that entire column. How cool is that? Now, if we press Ctrl Shift and the @ symbol, that's going to just give us a nice uniform time stamp right there. Now, what about this annual salary? We've got numbers all over the place. We've got dollar signs all over the place. It really is a bit of a mess. So let's press Ctrl and Shift and down to select that whole column. If we've got really huge numbers, we could turn this into a scientific format with Ctrl Shift and our little hat here. Now it's in our scientific format, but we really want a currency format. So we're going to press Ctrl Shift and the dollar sign. And now we've got beautiful annual salaries with beautiful dollar signs right next to it. Now the same thing for our bonus, and we want to turn this into a percentage. Can you guess what we're going to do for this one? We're going to, first of all, press Ctrl Shift and down, select that whole column, Ctrl Shift and percentage sign. That's going to give us our percentage. Now here's a little trick because I want a few more decimal points here. But how do we do that? Let's press Alt H and then 0, and that's going to give us a few more decimal points. We can do it again, Alt H and 0, and there's another decimal point for us. We can do it the other way if we really want to, Alt H and 9, that's going to reduce the decimal points. Oh, there's one other thing I forgot. If we select all of our annual salary, if we go Ctrl Shift and exclamation mark, that's just going to give us normal numbers if we didn't want those dollar signs after all. Now remember, we can select Ctrl Shift all the way over to the right with our right button, or Ctrl Shift and down, and that's going to select our entire table. We can also use Ctrl Shift left or Ctrl Shift up to select upwards or left from wherever we are. Now if we wanted to do this with our mouse, we could hold Ctrl and 1, and that's going to give us our actual formatting text box that we can do all these things manually with our mouse. And just to wrap it all up, if we select this and Ctrl Shift over to the right, let's say we want to add a whole bunch of cells here. We want to say Ctrl Shift plus and D. That's going to add some cells into our table. Now let's say we added too many here. We're just going to say Control and minus. That's going to reduce those cells in our table. If we want 2 of this row, we're going to select Ctrl C to copy, and then in our first cell, Ctrl V to paste it. And we can format this one with Ctrl B to say it's bold, or Ctrl I to make it italic, Ctrl U to make it underlined, and Ctrl V to give us that strike through. Now that's a really cool one. And of course, if we don't want any of that, we just press Ctrl and Z, that gets rid of all of that, and Ctrl and Y to redo it if we've gone too far. And that's more than 20 shortcuts to help you format that data and make it look beautiful in an instant. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video.